just a heads up before you start watching the videos in this playlist, if you get easily offended by anything, these are not the videos for you. You have been warned. I asked all of you this time around to link some of your own local resale ads regarding PC. So people who either built their own PCs or got the PC secondhand from somebody else or purchased one from the store. Basically, in a nutshell, they're trying to resell the PC and they're using Craigslist or some other site to do that. Most of the asking prices were actually reasonable. That's not what this video will focus on primarily. I might show one or two good ads just so that you know there are several of them out there, but this video will focus primarily on those that are asking outrageous sums of cash for their rigs. Take this build for example. Dougie has this one from Saginaw. Let's see, i7 7700K gaming PC, 2TB hard drive, 16GB RAM, GTX 1080 Ti, 11GB, VR ready, 1430 asking price. You know, this one isn't too bad just off the top. If he's got those specs in there, it's a pretty solid asking price. No trade, no parting out, no monitor included. New computer build. And he's got the specs here. I gotta say, this looks pretty... Oh, you know, I don't know which is more cringeworthy here. The fact that he's got like a semi-ITX/MATX motherboard. That thing's as narrow as an ITX board, so it might as well be. So he's got these cables just kind of like sprouting up from nowhere in the case. And then he's also got them wrapped in like red, white, and blue. Like, what? I mean, at least he used the case cutouts though. At least he did that. Nope, never mind. I found the most cringeworthy thing about this one. He's got an i7 7700K in there, right? And he's paired it, first off, with an H110 motherboard, which he cannot overclock. On top of that, he put a stock Intel cooler on top of it. The cringe. I'm not trying to be a PC elitist. Anybody could be one of those. It's easy to nitpick anybody's build over the smallest detail. I just have problems with most of these prices. You'll see how bad some of them get. Alright, so Daniel Rojas sent us in this one here. Let's see, gaming computer, tower only. Okay, at least he's forward about that. $2,000 asking price. This better be a good PC here. i5 4590S. Okay, and then what, he's got a GTX 780 in here. And he wants $2,000. I can tell you right now, I don't even have to look at the rest of the specs here, that is an outrageous asking price. Alright, Kellen in the Kansas City Craigslist ads says this one's a pretty horrible deal here. $1,000 for a gaming desktop complete setup here. Includes a 32-inch Samsung TV. It's not even a monitor. Gaming mouse, keyboard, desk, Turtle Beach headphones, all hookups as well. He didn't list the specs though. Is that a GT 730 and an FX 4300 quad core processor? Just take that in for a second. GT 730, okay, FX 4300, and the guy wants $1,000. I'll tell you what, the keyboard right here better be worth 500 bucks. Gray Sheep in Los Angeles says this one's a bit ridiculous. Ultra AMD Ryzen 7 liquid cooled gaming desktop with 4K monitor. He wants $2,800, so unless, and this is Ryzen 7 here, not even looking at the specs, he's got to have two 1080 Ti's for me to even just be entertained by this asking price. For sale, he doesn't even have a picture of the PC. Oh, come on. Rule number one, if you're trying to sell anything online, post pictures of the object you're selling, not a list of what you're selling. Please see the screenshot of parts for the full picture of what is included in this PC. Wouldn't really call that a full picture, buddy. But basically, it's a Ryzen 7 1800X with liquid cooling and Radeon 588 gigabytes. I don't know where he's getting this price from. Maybe he thinks Windows 10 Pro is like $600. That still wouldn't even come close to $2,800 asking. Maybe he thinks because it was assembled at Fry's Electronics that it's worth $2,800 bucks. Oh, and look at there. It is just too much PC for me. That right there is a red flag. Too much PC, come on. Connor Price says that this asking price on eBay is a bit ridiculous. So Apple iMac 27-inch A1312 Intel quad-core i7, and it's an i7 2600, and they want 929 pounds for it. I got it. I know why it's so expensive. Came from an Apple product. Crackling Ice in Fort Myers, an AMD gaming computer, $1,800. It's got a Corsair Carbide Spec Alpha case. Okay, it's okay. Asus M5A97. I've had that motherboard. It's pretty cheap. AMD FX 8350. Okay. Unlocked Black Edition. Oh yeah. MSI RX 480 8GB card. And one 8GB stick of DDR3. He wants $1,800 for this thing. I know why though. It's got that Razer logo. Should I call him and ask him why he wants so much for this PC? He's got his number listed right there.
You have reached the voicemail box of...
Yeah, well.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
Okay, one from Springfield, Illinois. Gaming PC for sale, $500. He's got an FX 6300, 16 gigs of DDR3, a terabyte hard drive, 120 gig SSD, and a 680 watt power supply. All it's missing is a video card. You know what he did, right? He went and sold that card on eBay. But does he not realize that the FX 6300 has no IGP, so unless the guy who's going to buy this PC brings his own video card, he will have no way of confirming that the PC is in fact working. Okay, this one is from Lexi. We got a 4K VR ready gaming PC, asking price $3,900. They didn't even post a picture of the PC. What do we got spec wise? 32 gigs of dual channel DDR4, 1 terabyte Samsung SSD. Okay, not too bad. i7 7700K, Asus Prime Z270, ROG Strix 1080 Ti, 650 watt power supply, and an NZXT S340 Elite. I'm confused. Where's the other $2,000? Oh, even better, VR bundle, additional $3,000. What VR bundle costs $3,000? I believe this one is Lincoln, Nebraska. Custom gaming PC, $1,200 asking price. He says that the condition is excellent, and he says that this is a full tower. I mean, it's an okay looking build, but he's got these random cables sprouting everywhere. Look at this, he's got one of them wedged between a PCIe slot. This dude's literally listing his entire fan configuration. He's got an FX 8350 in there and a GTX 760. Okay, big man's got a post from Seattle. Full setup gaming PC, $1,400. Selling a gaming PC which is in very good condition. We got AMD FX 4300 quad core, 8 gigs of RAM. And what kind of graphics card you got? GTX 970. The dude wants $1,400 for this thing. Corey Stoss in Atlanta sent us this one here. Custom gaming computer, liquid cooled, $2,000. Negotiable, but firm on price. So which is it? Has an i7 4790K within water cooling, very vivid description there. GTX 970, 1 terabyte hard drive, 8 gigs of system RAM, 250 gig SSD. Looks like a Corsair 760T. He wants $2,000 for it, and it doesn't look like cable management was his strong suit. Psychonaut has us one from Rochester, New York. 4K streaming gaming PC, i7, 16GB, 250GB SSD, EVGA GTX 1050 Ti. What a title. 1050 Ti, that right there is the Achilles heel, especially when you get an i7 in there. He wants $1,150 for it. This comes with Windows 10 Pro Trial Edition, so that you may choose an operating system of your choice. If you like Windows 10, you can activate this copy and keep moving forward. He's not including an operating system, folks. He's telling you that price is on you. I love how like dodgy he was with revealing the CPU cooler here. So he's got this shot, which is like kind of revealing, but not really. And then he immediately pans over to these front fans. That is a stock air cooler on an i7 processor. I don't care if it's a lock skew or not. That's still painful-ish, especially for that asking price. Okay, Steven in Tampa has a Thermaltake View 27 custom gaming PC, asking price $2,499. That is definitely retail mark for you. Make PCG Thermaltake View 27 gaming system. He's got a Z270 board, i7 7700K, 16GB DDR4, 250 gig hard drive, not an SSD. Okay, is it an HDD 250 gig WD SSD? What is that? Screen GTX 1080 8GB RGB. What is screen? Condition, gorgeous, advanced cabling. You see what they're doing though? They did this in the first video as well. They're bundling these just off-brand 22-inch, 19-inch, whatever, 1080p monitors. They're not being specific about what brand, what model, because I don't know, I presume they're just trash, and they're just trying to bundle them with them, say, hey, well, we're including monitors so we can ask $2,500 now. It's definitely justified. I mean, the build looks fine, the cable management's spot on, the case looks decent, but it doesn't come anywhere close to a $2,500 asking price. Okay, we got another one from Lexi, 4K VR-ready gaming workstation computer, asking price $3,200. But it's negotiable. Let's see, he's got an i7 5820K, and he has two GTX 980s in SLI. Doesn't look like anything else in here would, well, that's a pretty expensive power supply, but that was kind of overkill. And 16 gigs of DDR4, Corsair X99 motherboard. Case doesn't look too expensive, nothing fancy there. And I mean, the cable management's pretty good. At least they used the rubber grommeted cutouts. But I don't understand from where the $3,200 asking price is coming. Let's see. Oh, now included with price. Okay, one Razer Black Widow mechanical gaming keyboard. Okay, like $100 max. One Razer Ouroboros, whatever, gaming mouse. Never actually said that word before. Ouroboros, that's what I'm going with. And then one 3 terabyte hard drive. Yeah, there you go. Now that's why it's priced at $3,200. That was a joke. And we've got one more from Gumtree.com. Gaming computer, very good condition, $750. Still negotiable. It's got 500 views. I wonder how many views it'll have after this video. Let's see. FX 8-core processor. I'm going to assume 8300 because he wasn't specific. An R7 360 has 6 gigs of VRAM? What? Would you like some ketchup and mustard with those fries? Christopher Saunders sent one. Let's see. Built gaming computer, $1,200. Got an i5 4690K, a GTX 970, and nothing else too exciting there. $1,200 asking price. Let's see. Oh, cost him over $1,700 from iBuyPower. Last year, was iBuyPower even selling something with a GTX 970 in it last year? Oren found us a few on OfferUp. Let's see. $120 asking price on a GT 440 video card. Check it out, folks. Hardly used, works and looks great. Asking 120 OBO. Yeah, you better put that OBO after that price. Okay, $1,800 asking price. It looks mediocre at best. Case choice, again, it's pretty abysmal. And the power supply, geez, that's just like a fire waiting to happen right there. Not parting out, I get that. Like, okay, you build a PC, you work pretty hard on it, and then all of a sudden somebody says, hey, I just want that part of it. And then nobody else wants the rest of your parts, and you're stuck with, you know, a bunch of stuff that you can't sell. So I get that. I have a complete custom built gaming PC. Specs go as followed. 6600K, GTX 980. That's about it. At least he's got Windows 10 installed. He's including an LG 25UM85, which is the smallest ultrawide LG makes. And the second monitor is a Vizio Smart TV 45-inch. Still though, $1,800. I'm not feeling it. Okay, one from Cody Kessler in Columbus. Ultra compact gaming rendering PC. Asking price $2,500. Get an i7 6700K GTX 1080 for the win. I'm not seeing the $2,500 price tag. I mean, where does that add up with these specs right here? Wow, that is a super compact build though. I give him credit. Again, maybe because he's got that Razer logo on there, it just raises the price by $1,500. That's all I can think of. All right, one here from Abe Markowski says, gaming PC upgraded $1,200. It's an iBuyPower AMD FX 6300 processor. It's got an RX 470 8GB in there, 16 gigs of RAM. I don't really care about the power supply. Let's see, only played CSGO, H1, and PUB Battlegrounds. Does that mean that like he can charge more for it because he only played these 3 games? Not too bad, but the asking price is still ridiculous. $1,200, unless he bought that RX 470 on eBay for like $500, this is not a good deal at all. So that's all I've got for this edition, folks. I appreciate those of you who were very active with this video, sent links on Twitter. That makes my job a lot easier. Some of these were mine, but most of them were yours, and I want that to be the case from now on. Look, I'll be honest with you, it makes my job a bit easier. I don't have to hunt randomly on Craigslist. You guys know what deals are good and bad in your local areas. Again, eBay, other sites are fine too, as long as it's like a PC build from somebody and not from a company that just is upcharging because it's being sold from India. I don't know. If you want your suggestions to be featured on the next iRead video, be sure to follow me on Twitter. It's where I get most of my viewer input. Also, you can donate any amount via Patreon. You get access to a Discord server. You want to donate a bit more, you get access to a personal WhatsApp chat. You can play games with me online. We can talk about stuff you've seen in past videos on the channel, ask me about future tech. Just get my opinions on things. So that's a way that I can interact with people who are willing to contribute a bit more to the channel to make videos like this possible. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, thumbs down for the opposite. Click subscribe button if you haven't already, and stay tuned for more content. Not necessarily like this. This is just something I do for fun every once in a while, and you guys seem to like the last one, so we might keep this up once a week, once every 2 weeks. Just let me know in the comments below. This is Science Studio. Thanks for laughing and cringing with us.